Yes, you can start. Introduce yourself. Yes, just start. Go right into it.
I'm Christopher D. Greif, advocate for people with disability and the ADA Transport Accessibility President of a group that I created over 4 years.
Great. Okay, please start.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Senators and Assembly. If I say everyone's name, we'll not have enough time. My name is Christopher D. Greif. Some of you may know me as New York City Transit Riders Council member, active member, advocate for people with developmental disabilities, advocate for disability for over 32 years. I'm here today to advocate for accessibility. As MTA was here, and I was been here since 9:30 this morning, I have seen a lot of things in my presentation, PowerPoints. The reason people thought I was going to do it on the screen, I said, no, we need to show the pictures of the history, what we accomplished. Senators and assemblies who are living in upstate, downstate, and everywhere have seen what things have changed. We're not talking about the old. We're talking about the future of accessibility. The future of accessibility is important to everyone. And when I say everyone, my former colleague, let her rest in peace, the late Edith Prentice, was always fighting for accessibility. And I am, some of you heard me, some of them call me Edith Prentice 2.0. Yes, I am. I am advocating for more accessibility, not just for elevators and ramps, but everything. As you see in my power, in those pictures and everything, we're trying to advocate for more accessibility for not just for elevators and ramps, but updating our signages, LD lighting, updating the buses, which I did hear someone mention gasoline. Well, it's called funding. We have to advocate to get updated buses, but I'm glad the buses are ADA accessible and safe because there is a ramp in the front of the bus, not in the back of the bus. Second, Long Island Railroad Metro North are being tested with a special alert button, which is called the boarding assistance. The boarding assistant means you will press the button and the train crew will know there's an accessible customer. Right now, Metro North is being tested at Carl Harmon and is already being done at the Long Island Railroad branches on Nassau and parts of Suffolk County. And yes, there is one in Brooklyn and Nostrand. We want to make sure we continue those ideas, those thoughts, and continue those technologies to move forward. As you've seen, there's a program going on thanks to our couple of our elected officials in Manhattan and did start in Brooklyn in Joanne's district in J Street Metro Tech, which is called the Netherlands program. And it is in your district too, Senator Cruz. The Netherlands program is linked even on my phone, and it's not just for a person for language, but deaf and blind communities can also use it as very well. It's been tested. I was the chair of that technology committee years ago, and I will say it is nice to see to try something new and test it first. I am the Omni tester as well. Unfortunately, my mother couldn't be here. She is the AAR Accessoride. I've been testing it all over around the boroughs and everywhere. Thanks to our former president Andy Byford, who restarted the accessibility MTA accessibility created. That's why we have Carmel Aurora Q, who is there to continue working on more accessibility. Right now, as we have been advocating, in which I have been advocating with that group and Transit Riders Council, with Lisa Dackler as PCAC, which is part of it, we've been continue advocating, updating our trains, buses, elevators, ramps, and yes, signages as well. And as you know, I've been with you at the open house in Queens. I was there for a reason because a lot of people need to understand that we have to move forward, not backwards. And a lot of the group,
community.
a lot of us want more accessible elevators, but if when some stations could be ramped, it could be really appreciated and save cost money.
The Forest Hill Station, do you think that's better as a ramp or as an elevator?
It depends on the station structure. I can say some stations maybe have more opening space, then you can do a ramp, but if not, then the elevator is the next option.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you for coming and staying all day. You know, a couple of us asked questions of the MTA earlier about accessibility, which is obviously a work in progress, as you know. Once upon a time, we didn't even have the 100 stations yet, right? But we've also had a continuing problem with elevators not working, particularly the ones that are put in by somebody else.
Yes.
And they've made a lot of progress on that. Excuse me, there's a great deal of fear that that if the capital plan isn't funded in the, to the tune of the cuts to the number of accessibility improvements
Well,
in stations, given your, working so closely with the MTA and being at just about every opening I've ever seen, I know I see you all the time on
guilty as charged.
Facebook. What is your feeling about the likelihood of success in making the system more accessible, and how quickly are we going to be able to do that? It's a long project, but I'm curious because you know a lot about that, what your views are on that.
Well, Assembly Simon, just to be very clear that I've been telling everyone not just in Brooklyn, but all New York region, you want an accessible station, you have to put the support letter, and they have to not just CC to the MTA, it has to be CC to the Assembly, the Senate, yes, and the Congress as well. Thanks to some of us, we have seen more stations being added in. You did have on your list 4th Avenue, 9th Street, and Smith and 9th Street, which I mentioned to your staff yesterday. Because a lot of people it's not just going to community boards, it's support letters that have been working. And I have encouraged everyone. I have done a presentation on it, encouraging people to do that as well. And I'm not afraid of reminding people that, those are going to be delayed, like with congestion pricing, because that is going to go through. We need the accessible stations. We need them for a reason. Because if Cesarite cannot come, we need accessible stations. And buses could also be acting up. That's why we need accessible stations.
Right.
As well.
Okay.
In the MTA. Because why should we all go there and yell and fight? We're sitting there, we're seeing the facts, but there are times the press doesn't give the right facts, and I will say the truth on that.
I think that's very important.
I created the accessible reroute. When the 1, 2, and 3 trains were out because of switch replacement at 96th Street, I asked, that time before Q came on was Alex, that we need to work on accessible reroutes because if a whole section is out, how is a senior person with a disability or a baby stroller, or let's not forget veterans who also have disabilities, I don't want to leave them out.
Sure.
How can they get option in different directions? And I have been working with very well close, yes, to the MTA. Some people might say, oh, you're so close. Well, yes. How can you earn the trust if you don't work with them? Fighting is not going to solve anything. Working as a team and moving forward.
Do they have somebody specifically at the MTA that works with people?
Yes, his name is Carmelo Worrell, and there is an MTA accessibility division. And there is an MTA accessibility team, which thanks to Andy White, who changed the name MTA accessibility. I have attended a lot of those board meetings. It's nice to hear the word accessibility in their mouth.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like a
that's
cup
great.
of water.
Yes, and
And I will suggest people who are going to come visit, try it out.
okay, great. Thank you so much.